What's good, YouTube? This is Admin Umbra back with the first ever Rocket HQ VGC video, and I am so happy, ladies and gentlemen, to be joined by the one, the only, the legendary, one of the new Rocket Elites, Canton Folk Hero.
What's going on, guys?
And Canton, I just have to say again, thank you so much for one, agreeing to have this match. This is actually my first ever all-time VGC match. And when I was looking for an opponent, there was no doubt in my head that I wanted you to be the first person I played. And you didn't disappoint. It was an absolutely great match. And I'm looking forward to bringing it to the people.
All right, man. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me as your first partner or challenger, brother.
It's such an honor. Absolutely fantastic. And for those of you who enjoy VGC, know that more VGC content is definitely coming to Rocket HQ. Rocket ELITE Canton actually has a sister/brother, whatever you want to call it, stream to Rocket HQ that is dedicated VGC content. Links to that will be in the description. So if you'd like to see even more VGC content, definitely check him out. Help support our fellow Rocketeers. Also, lots of VGC content will be coming to the Rocket HQ YouTube from Canton, myself, other elites as well. But for those of you who are OU fans, don't get jittery. Don't be afraid. We are not abandoning you. I am simply trying to expand my horizons as a Pokemon player. I will regularly be doing OU still. I'm trying to get into VGC, Smogon doubles, and Ubers, but I'm not going to stop uploading OU content. I mean, VGC is kind of, Kent and I talked about it. It's sort of what Pokemon was almost designed to be played as, and it's a different game. And honestly, it's increasing my singles game just playing doubles. I'm learning a lot about custom EV spreads and all kinds of stuff. But without further ado, Canton, why don't you tell the people about your team a little bit?
All right, guys. So I actually have kind of a unique team. Some of you don't see a ton in VGC doubles. Charizard Y, pretty standard. Full special attack, full speed. Hydreigon with a choice specs. This thing is actually designed to destroy Garchomps. It will live a Dragon Claw from a choice Garchomp, and will one-hit KO it in return with the Dragon Pulse. Wigglytuff Assault Vest has been seeing some play with VGC. Competitive is great. It's awesome. It will destroy things if you let it set up. Amoonguss is kind of normal. Just have it on there for Rage Powder. Typically, I run Rocky Helmet on this thing. That way, when Mega Kangaskhan comes in and punches it twice, it takes a nice chunk of damage. You can usually one-shot it after that. But I forgot to put it on before the battle started, so that was great. I also run a Machamp, which you don't see a lot. I run Citrus Berry on it, just because it's so bulky as it is, that people don't see it coming. And then Aegislash, I run a physical Aegislash with leftovers, so that's about it.
All right, not bad. And of course, again, remember, if you want to see more of Canton, more of his teams, definitely check out the stream. Link will be in the description. Looking at my team, this is my first ever VGC team, and from what I understand, a lot of these things aren't that common. Magnetric, who, I'm sorry, needs to be president of VGC. Magnetric is amazing in VGC. I love it. Not Mega, just normal little baby puppy Magnetric. But my team, so this Sableye is kind of my Trick Room answer. It's a fairly standard EV spread. I am, however, running Snarl over Foul Play, looking for ways to... It obviously hits both opponents and lowers both their special attack, so I'm trying to see if I can get some longevity with that. I do carry the nice and powerful... the goggles, the specs, just so, not like choice specs, like the actual safety goggles. Just so I can, if a Moongus Chandelure come out, just so I can taunt the Chandelure. Manectric is base 105 speed, so with choice specs, it's a guarantee OHKO on Charizard Y with Thunderbolt. The Lucario is something really weird I'm working on. I'll kind of save that for later. It doesn't do too much in this battle. But I'm testing these mods out, seeing what I like, what I don't. This Mega Kanga is obviously the star of the team. It's actually, the whole basis of this team is the Protect Mega Kanga. Something I picked up from Nugget Bridge. I highly recommend you check the website out, even if you're a singles player. It helps improve your Pokemon game overall. Helps improve your attitude on the game too. But this Kanga carries Protect because it's such a huge threat. I can count on it drawing attacks and then take other things out. The other two members you don't see in this battle, but you will see in the next match, are Greninja and Amola, the Love Disc, the Mega Love Disc. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this battle now. So once again, thank you all for supporting Rocket HQ. If you like this video, please be sure you drop a like. It helps promote Rocket HQ, helps us grow. If we can hit the like goal of 30 likes, we are returning to our daily upload schedule. If we hit that like goal, the next upload will be bumped up today, so we get 2 videos instead of 1. So, leads. I actually go Sableye, Manectric, which are not normal leads, but I predicted the Amoonguss, so I guess my trigger reaction was these two.
Yeah, I went with Wigglytuff expecting your Sableye to come out.
Oh, I did not. That's good. That's dangerous. I went for the taunt just because you could have gone for some shenanigans and gone with a Spore, and then my next job is to be able to 2-hit KO you. And then you do it me with the Dazzling Gleam. At this point in time, I was actually thinking you would choice Specs. And here I make a very, very foolish play. I go for Recover instead of... I went for Snarl to hit Wigglytuff, or Charizard if you switched it in, instead of going for Recover. But if you look at the math, even though I was in the green, it did 79 first turn. That was enough to kill me. I think I'm just kind of adjusting to the doubles spread,
Right.
but I definitely should have paid more attention there.
Yeah, with this one here, even though Steel resists my Fairy typing and the fighting's weak to it, I just went with double spread moves because I didn't want to deal with that combination.
That's one of the things that made me think you might have been Specs, to the fact that you went for it again. This was definitely a misplay by my part. Again, trying to get used to the timer in doubles. I was going to switch into Mega Kang, realizing I needed Manectric to come in and kill Charizard. But because I stay in, I do go down. Something you notice there is that I actually don't outspeed the Charizard there. I don't even catch that. But that's huge. Like, I definitely should have noticed that. That was very, very important information right there.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure we speed tied because in a later battle, you outsped me, and that threw me for a loop.
No, that's because when you fixed your item, I fixed my EV spread on Manectric. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Because this Manectric is about 30 points slower than your Charizard, even though it's supposed to be 5 points faster. I accidentally put all my EVs into special defense instead of speed.
Now, this threw me for a loop when you protected. I had no idea. I've never seen a Kangaskhan run protect. Like, I didn't know how to deal with that.
I think that was a huge mistake, honestly. The reason I went for it was my thought was, all right, if I Mega Evolve and Protect, I'll Speed Tie next turn. I can have a chance of winning, a very, very small chance if I win the Speed Tie with Char. But honestly, the game was pretty far gone, and I think it was worth it to keep Protect secret. I think I maybe even should have, like, ran or just spammed Return, but something to hide the Protect. Because now, like, you had the win basically in your pocket, and I gave you that information for free. I could have surprised you with in the next match.
Right.
So I do think that was a misplay. Again, adjusting to... I'm really loving the match setting of VGC, how it's best 2 out of 3. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Now, not all VGC events go that way. It all depends where you're playing, how you're playing. So some places actually do a weird double elimination setup with single games or single eliminations. So
I did not know that. All right, but that does conclude the first match. Did you have any other thoughts on that match, Ken?
Really, the only thing that caught me off guard was like I said, the Protect on Kangaskhan really threw me. Aside from that, seeing Manectric without being a Mega threw me a little bit, but it was a good game.
Absolutely, a very good game to you as well. We're going to go ahead and pause right here, and we'll come back with the second battle. And we're back for Battle 2 of the match against Umbra versus Rocket ELITE Canton. So, obviously some different Pokemon were brought. Canton, what were you thinking for this matchup?
After the last one, I decided, since I didn't have the item on the Amoonguss, there was no real point bringing it to deal with the Kangaskhan. My better thought would be a Focus Blast coming from my Hydreigon. So I brought that. I don't know. It was pretty standard setup. I just decided to bring Machampion instead of Amoonguss and figured we'd see how it would go.
Gotcha. For this matchup, honestly looking at your team, I knew that my Manectric had a warpath for your team. Like, almost everything on your team, Manectric could do serious, serious damage to. So I decided to bring it and lead with it. I also decided to go ahead and bring Kang. I wasn't that concerned about Amoonguss because if you did lead with it in Rage Powder, I'd protect with Kanga to kill it with the Manectric and then go in and attack with Kanga with impunity next turn. Greninja has just been really awesome on this team. I decided to bring it as well. It hits a lot of the same things Manectric does. And because of how much you were using Heat Wave and Dazzling Gleam last battle, I decided to bring Amoonguss because it does carry Wide Guard. I thought I might catch you off guard with that.
Oh, you mean Alamoa?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Not a problem, bro.
But yeah, that's why I decided to bring that. I didn't bring it the first battle because obviously Solar Beam is a thing. Um, and that would be really scary if you hit me with a Solar Beam because I would die immediately.
I
But
actually don't run Solar Beam on my Charizard, which is
really, what's your full set then?
for Charizard Y. I actually run Protect, Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse, and then I also run something that people don't see coming. I run Ancient Power on my Charizard. Charizard Y and Talonflame are so popular this meta
Yeah.
that they don't see a Rock Attack coming from a Charizard, and it will usually
No.
one-shot them back.
I agree 100%. I run Ancient Power on my singles Charizard Y as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this battle. Bum, bum. And let's see. So this is an interesting match. This battle, I learned some things that I should have learned last battle if I played closer attention. So looking at your leads, I'm very happy. I'm in an excellent position. I'm going to outspeed this Charizard. I'm base 105 speed. As long as you don't go for T, I was fearing Protect, but I've also heard you say you don't run Protect as often. So I was like, all right, I'm going to OHKO this Charizard with a Thunderbolt. That's my Matrix job description. And my plan was to just go outright for the return on the Hydreigon because I thought not taking any Heat Wave damage because Charizard would be dead. I could probably live a Focus Blast maybe. But you go first. You go first.
Which I was 100% okay with. Now, this Focus Blast in this particular battle killed me.
It definitely was very detrimental. Do you have Draco?
No.
Okay. You also noticed that my Manectric went after a Kangaskhan. So my Manectric was the slowest thing, and it's supposed to be the fastest. So I was freaking out, like, does this thing have bad EVs? What did I do wrong? What is the problem? But here, this is exactly why we won Protect Kanga, people, because it's a huge threat. I predicted it to draw the attention of the Hydreigon, and so I do go for T-Bot with Manectric just to get rid of Hydreigon, to clear a warpath for Mega Kanga. I predicted a Dazzling Gleam or something that would kill Manectric, but I was very okay with Manectric going down here. He sort of, kind of, a little bit did his job, but it would have been much better if he actually had been at full health from that Charizard.
Right.
And then let's see, you bring in the Hard Body Machamp, which I love the Fluttershy aim. That's just fantastic.
This turn here threw me. I did not expect Mat Block.
I love this interaction because I just got 2 turns of Mega Kangaskhan being protected. So when that's like, and one of them he still gets to attack. So I just got a free return off with Mega Kanga, and that's absolutely fantastic. I thought you might Bullet Punch my Greninja to get through the Mat Block, but because I'm Water type, it obviously wouldn't have done very much.
You actually can't run Bullet Punch on a VGC Machamp.
I did not know that. Thank you, Cam. That is good to know.
It doesn't learn it naturally, and there's no Pokemon in Gen 6 that can breed with a Machamp to give it Bullet Punch. You can only get it from a Pokemon that is a non-Gen 6 poke.
In VGC, can you not run Mons that have been, like, bred from a Gen 5 poke?
That is fine. They just have to be Kalos bred.
Okay.
But, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I actually had one the other day. Basically, guys, you can see this one. I just get destroyed here. That Mat Block really was perfect and countered me. But Skarmory, that's a perfect example. You can breed him down from a Gen 5, but he's not allowed to know Stealth Rocks.
I did not know that. That's very good to know. One thing I want to point out to you people, I did not notice. I went for Mat Block a second time and it failed. This is my first VGC match. I did not know that Mat Block works similar to Fake Out in that you can only use it the first turn you're on the field. Obviously, it doesn't have priority, like Fake Out does, but you can only use it once. So I definitely should have paid attention there. Trying to interact with Canton's stream, his chat, and do the battle and also record it. I think I just wasn't paying as close attention as I should have been. But that battle did go exactly how I wanted it to go. I didn't even use all my pokes, but Manectric, Kang, and Greninja are definitely the powerhouses of this team, and I was very, very satisfied with how that second battle went.
Yeah, that's a solid core. That definitely threw me.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pause the video. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of this match. Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the exciting conclusion of this first ever VGC match in Rock HQ. And people, I am sincerely sorry. I owe an apology for what you're about to see. Unfortunately, we don't have a battle video of this battle. Spoiler, there's a DC at the very, very end of the battle. So we could not save a battle video. I was live recording this battle because I wanted to bring you all a live face cam narration of my first ever VGC experience. Unfortunately, I was so excited to get it going that I, one, didn't check my audio. So the audio is my computer's mic and not my Blue Yeti mic. And two, I was in Canton stream at the same time as recording, and my computer was having a lot of internet problems today, and it absolutely couldn't handle it. So if you're looking at the countdown in front of you, you'll notice it's skipping. The video is extremely, extremely laggy. That is 100% my fault. I didn't do my proper video and audio test before recording. I was so excited to battle Canton. So that is my fault 100%, and I apologize for that, Rocket people. I promise you it will not happen again.
They probably will.
But we will. Hey. But to help you walk through this battle again, refer to the Pokemon on the side of the video. That will show you who's alive and what's dead. But before we jump in this battle, I do want to say, and please blame me for this if you want someone to blame. We broke technically VGC rules here. Canton didn't have a Rocky helmet on Amoonguss, and my Manectric had max special defense instead of max speed, which I was not okay with because its whole job is to outspeed Mega Charizard. So we did change those things. I was the one who pushed for it. So if the VG gods are watching this and upset, blame Umbra, don't blame Canton. But yes, let's go ahead and get right into this battle. Look at my elbow. Look at my beautiful elbow freeze frame.
That's very beautiful.
Welcome to the gun show. But I do, in fact, lead with Manectric and Kang this time around. I'm not fearing Amoonguss because I can always protect and flamethrower the Amoonguss and kill it next turn to avoid Rocky Helmet damage. But this turn, I thought long and hard, Kim. Like,
So did I.
Because I've shown you protect twice now. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to T-Bolt your Charizard and kill it. And I wanted to protect, expecting Machamp to Dynamic Punch me. What I was afraid of was you, being a good player, would realize that I wanted to do that, and you would protect with Charizard. I would waste my protect with Kang, and you would target Manectric because it was a huge threat to Charizard.
Which is basically what happened.
It's nearly exactly what happens. And it's one of those things, like, my philosophy is always, if you predict something, like, if like, that's what I would have done. So I was like, okay, if I was Canton, I would have done this. And I don't act on it. And it is much worse to predict what's going to happen and do nothing and have something bad happen because of it than to over-predict. It is the worst feeling when in your gut you're like, I knew that would happen and I didn't do anything. But I don't act accordingly, and lesson learned. I go into Sableye actually because I thought it was the best. It was the middle ground. If you went for Dynamic Punch on Kang, it would be Sableye and I wouldn't take any damage. But unfortunately, you do go for Protect, and my heart dropped. Like, I was begging you not to go for Protect. And as soon as I saw it, I was so sad because obviously I waste my T-Bolt, and I'm afraid that Manectric is going to die right here.
Yeah.
But you actually go for Earthquake.
Yeah, after the first two games, that Manectric scared me. I was like, all right, I'm just going to go for the Protect on the Charizard and end this with an Earthquake. And for some reason, it doesn't end it.
Yeah, I live at 8 HP. I'm sure Dynamic Punch probably would have killed me. I think just being a spread move, it was weaker. But I was amazed. Like, obviously, from that low HP, you figure that it probably could have killed me had you gotten a higher damage roll. Now, I actually, because Machamp is very, very rare. Which, by the way, I was in your stream. I heard you say to someone, you were like, Machamp isn't. You said something like Machamp isn't competitive, and I was like, Canton, you're using a Machamp. Like, I've seen it.
When I say something like it's not competitive, I mean you don't see it in a competitive gameplay. Like in a competitive setting, Machamp is actually considered weaker to Conkeldurr.
I can understand that.
Conkeldurr has a lot more bulk, but Charizard gets access to some amazing moves. Wide Guard being the main one, which I do run on my Machamp.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that. It's a great partner with Char then, especially because those rock slides that you're afraid of.
Right.
So here, I was afraid you could get Bullet Punch, because I actually did not know that VGC Machamp can't get that. Can it get Sucker Punch? Do you know? Does it get any priority?
It may get Mach Punch. I'm not 100% positive on it, though.
I'm almost sure. I feel like if it got any priority, I feel like it would get Sucker and Bullet. I'm almost sure it doesn't get Mach
I
Punch.
know it doesn't get Sucker. I know it can get Bullet, but you're not allowed to run at VGC. So
Okay. Here I actually go for the T-Ball, chancing it. I didn't think you'd have priority, but I wasn't sure. So I do go for the T-Ball on Charizard. Obviously able to one-shot you. And even though you've gone for Dynamic Punch at least once, it didn't click to me that that meant you definitely were not Guts. So I could have gone for Willow. I think you predicted Willow by switching out there.
yeah,
But what I ended up doing was going for Snarl. Again, I was playing it safe. I figured if Manectric went down, Snarl would hit Charizard really decently and lower its special attack. And that ends up actually working out for me really well that I did go for Snarl. Here, you actually bring in the Aegislash for the first time. And I was debating going for Snarl because most Aegislash and VGC are special.
right.
And I have the exact IVs to be slower than, well, not the, it's as long as you're 19 or less speed IVs with Sableye, you're slower than max slow Aegislash. But I decide to save my Nectric, which I'm not sure I needed to do. I think between the sun being up and both things being weak to Flamethrower, I was like, oh, I need to save my Nectric. Mainly because Greninja didn't have as good a matchup against Aegislash as Manectric did.
Yeah, at this point, I was expecting you to predict the Shadow Sneak on the Manectric, which is why I figured you would switch it out. So here I actually Giga Drain into your Greninja.
Which, yeah, that was scary. Thankfully, I went for the Snarl, though, because it means I will be able to survive because you are at -1 special attack. You do go for the Shadow Sneak, and I felt like I had to go for Taunt on the Amoonguss because I thought you might predict the switch and actually go for Spore. That's what I was really, really afraid of. So instead of going for Snarl, which would have been a fantastic thing to do, that would have been so great, I went for the Taunt. And here, I need to get used to VGC Sableye. I'm not... At that range of health, I'm like, oh, I can probably live a Shadow Sneak. And so I go for Snarl instead of Recover, which would have been fantastic.
Now, does Prankster work on Recover?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
That's what makes Sableye such a good tank, is it gets Prankster Recovers.
Now, what's your speed on Sableye? Because I actually run a 31 IV Aegislash.
I think it's 19. I think I'm at exactly 19 speed IVs.
So I would have actually outsped you anyway, even on priority. If I would have Shadow Sneak. So Recover actually wouldn't have saved you.
Yeah, you would have. That's a very good point. Excellent point. Here I'm actually very surprised. I decided to go for Ice Beam on Amoonguss. I was actually not predicting it to kill. I really didn't think it would. A lot of Amoonguss wants some special investment. But what is your exact split on this Amoonguss? Do you know?
For the Amoonguss, I actually got it in a trade from a friend of mine not too long ago. I thought it was the bulky defensive one. I realized after this battle, I actually run max special attack, max defense, and I think like 4 special defense. So it really has no bulk to it whatsoever.
Okay, that's good to know, because as soon as I saw how much this Ice Beam did, I was ecstatic. I was like, oh, okay, that's good to know. So I wish you had special defense investment. I wish my Greninja could consistently OHKO Amoonguss, but it does manage to get the OHKO on this one. You do take out the Sableye. And yeah, I do manage to go for the Ice Beam, take out your Amoonguss. So now, this is a huge turn. This one of those things like, all you can do, the whole point of battling is to learn and get better. And all you can do is learn from your mistakes. Here, I was like, I'm in an amazing position. Amoonguss is Ice type. It no longer was this Shadow Sneak. I thought that you were really, really, really going to want to go for Shadow Sneak on my Greninja. So I decided to go for Sucker Punch on Kang. Obviously, if you do King Shield, then nothing will happen. And I actually went for Mat Block on Greninja because I didn't know you could only use it first turn. And that would mean that I would have taken no damage with anything. And I would get rid of your Aegislash, which would have been amazing. But because Mat Block fails, you're going to be able to hit my Kangaskhan hard. So I definitely should have just gone for a Scald. Even though we're in the sun, I think just going for damage or just going for a burn chance.
Yeah, that would have
been better.
That would have ended the game pretty much right then and there.
But it's one of those things you learn. So if you didn't know, yes, Mat Block only works the first turn. and me not knowing that was costing the situation. And it definitely affected the battle in some way. But so I do Mega Evolve. I was so happy when I saw Sucker Punch connect, because I am able, obviously, to take out this Aegislash. And now your Machamp is actually able to hit through because Map Block, it doesn't work. It doesn't work second turn. When you're able to actually get a dynamic punch off on my Kangaskhan. Which I do survive. I live it at about, I think, 7 HP.
Which amazed me. What's your exact EV spread on?
Max speed, timid, 4 HP. Max speed, max attack.
Do you run Jolly?
Yep, max speed. So I speed tie with max speed Charizard.
Man, I won a lot of speed ties then.
It happens. It's part of the game. So here, I still thought I was in an amazing position. I still had this. It's 3-on-1 at this point. I do have my Netric in the back with 8 HP. I'm pretty convinced you don't have priority at this point. And I didn't register that you were Citrus Berry. So my thought was, between Greninja and Manectric hitting you, that would be game. But honestly, there was no reason to risk it. I should have definitely switched Kang out and saved it, because I already know that return does 98% to you. There was no reason to count on Manectric when Kang had a stronger attack. I do it myself with Kangaskhan. And unfortunately, there it is. You see the DC actually happens, which is just huge. So that's my bad. I'm sorry that we can't show you all that battle, or how it would have ended. But what I will say is, obviously now, unfortunately we can't know who won.
Right.
And I'm so sad not to be able to show the conclusion, because it was such an amazing battle. But I will say this. Again, we will never know who would have won that exact battle. But if this battle happened 1,000 times, I honestly think Canton would win the clear majority of them. If you look at the damage calcs, my Greninja to his Machamp did 50% with Scald.
Oh, okay.
Then you had a Citrus Berry.
Yep.
Put you at 75. And a Choice Specs Manectric would do about 66 tops. Between 60 and 66 tops with a Thunderbolt. Again, you're at 75. Without a crit, I really don't think I could have won. I might have got a crit sometime in that 1,000, but the clear majority of the 1,000 battles you would have won. So I think I do have to concede this match to you. It was an amazing battle, though.
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of my favorite battles I've actually ever had. Guys, this guy's an amazing battler. It doesn't matter what he's playing. OU, VGC, don't let him trick you.
Canton, you flatter me sincerely. And I hope you all enjoyed this. This was, Canton, I want to thank you. You made me feel so welcome in the VGC community. I'm loving VGC. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm excited to end this video so we can start dual streaming.
Let's do this.
I'm just so excited to start. But again, Canton, thank you so much for the battle. Expect more VGC content on Rocket HQ, but also expect more OU, more Ubers, all kinds of stuff. We are coming at you with all the diverse content possible. If there's something you want to see that you're not seeing, consider submitting it to us. Rock HQ is your HQ. It's all about viewer submissions. The links at the bottom of this video will obviously take you to everything Rocket HQ. For those of you who do not know, Canton is actually our Steel-type gym leader. If you want to know more about the Gym Leader Challenge, definitely click the triangle button right below this. Takes you to the Google Drive. All the info is there. Also, please look in the description. Find the link to Canton's stream, and please support him. He is a huge part of Rocket HQ. Amazing content, amazing person. Does community help, does VGC content, and I promise you'll see more of him in the Rocket HQ YouTube channel as well. Canton, before we close off, do you have anything else you want to say to the people?
Yeah, guys. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all you guys. You guys let us do this by supporting us, showing up, letting us do this for you guys. So we really appreciate that. Make sure you guys check out my stream. It is primarily VGC. However, I will be starting to do nights where I do OU battles and other types of battles. That way I don't exclude anybody. So if VGC is not your thing, please feel free to stop by. We will be doing other battles. And aside from that, I can't wait to see you guys later.
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go ahead and get the stream started. This is Admin Umbra and ELITE Canton signing off for Rocket HQ.